So things to do as a brand new agent, I wish that I knew when I first started, and I kind of knew it, people told me, but I've been skeptical about how certain people do business, and that's, something that had worked for them. So I just didn't know if that would work for me in 2023 or 2022 or 2021 whenever I started. So yeah, I remember my broker used to tell me, you need to hop on the phone and call everybody you know, but I always felt weird with that. It's like, oh, I'm gonna call you now just to tell you that I'm a real estate agent. So I wanted to find a more authentic way to get leads, and so I used a lot of social media to do that, and I would genuinely comment on other people's posts, not about real estate, and not to be like, oh yeah, here I am because now I'm a real estate agent and I'm trying to get your business. That felt grimy to me, so I never did that. But I do know that a lot of people will do that to get their business. They're working their sphere, and that's great. Like I for some reason, and I don't like look at other people and say, oh my gosh, I can't believe she reached out to her sphere and trying to get business from them, because obviously that's a very great way to revive your relationships, and maybe you haven't been keeping in communication with your friends and family like you really want to or should anyway, so it's a great way to open the door. But when people do it to me, it's like, I haven't heard from you or talked to you since high school, but you're just like messaging me out of the blue to get something from me. So anyway, that's why I had never gone through my sphere, and I'm sure I lost out on a lot of money doing that, but I just wanted to do something that I liked to do, and that's why I got into video, because it's like the people who want the information, they can search it and find it. People on social media, they will see me doing real estate even though I don't have to tell them, but I might post some informational tips or things like that, or talk about my day in real estate, and that naturally drew people to me to reach out to me to sell their house, or they had a friend that was looking to buy. So that's what I used to grow my business. And so I would say about almost all of my leads would come in that way. And I do, work my sphere, and I do have sales that I've had from working my sphere, friends and family. But I quickly realized that I needed to do something that I could scale fast, because you're only one person. You can only do so many calls a day. You can only talk to so many people per day, and you can only have so many coffee visits and dinner throughout the week. And that does get a little bit expensive when you're doing, the network style. Some of the things that I've learned over time is that you really have to do what works for you, that you really enjoy. That way you're not hating every day of your business. That's not a fun way to run a business, is to wake up and dread cold calling or door knockings. And some people love that. Some people love cold calling. Maybe they have a call center background. Maybe they just love getting the exercise and meeting new people when they're out doing the door knocking. So whatever your thing is, that's what you need to be focusing on. I like to do online and content marketing, so I do that every day. That is my lead gen. I also like to write, the little thank you cards, like the Ninja Buffini style of working your sphere. I like to send out little gifts, here and there, like to let people know that I'm thinking about them, like here, have coffee on me. So those little things I do that are personal touches. But again, if I don't answer my phone, if I don't answer my door, it's hard for me to grasp that I'm going to be doing that for other people, to other people. So if I'm sitting on the couch relaxing and watching TV or cooking dinner, with my husband or with my kids, the last thing I want is someone to come and try and sell me at the door. So that's why I love video marketing, social media, because it's inbound versus outbound, and it's more scalable. But so there are a lot of things that you could be doing though in the meantime. If you don't know what to do with your day, you need to be focusing on building your business every single day. And what that could look like is learning something new every single day. All I do is listen to podcasts and videos on how to scale my business, how to best market listings so that I can get the most amount of money for the least amount of time for my sellers. I focus on the marketing statistics. I put out a monthly marketing report for my other YouTube channel for relocation because I want to provide value, but I also want to know what's going on with the market. How many of you know what your average days on market is in your city? How many of you actually know what the median home price is or what the average home price is? How many listings you have on the market, whether we have 2 months of supply or we have 8 months of supply? Like, those are things that you have to know so that when people ask you, hey, how's the market? You're not saying, oh, I don't know. But you're saying, oh yeah, I know exactly what's going on with the market. There's not a crash. Interest rates are up and housing prices are up, but people are still buying and selling. I never really understood agents that didn't know their craft. I mean, you've got to be a marketer. You've got to know your area. You've got to know your stats. You have to be the real estate expert so that people trust you and know that you're helping them make good decisions about this huge financial investment. So learn everything, and that also includes learning your contracts. How many of you have actually read through all of the contracts? Not just skim through it, but reading it line by line and studying it, and not just relying on your broker or your team lead to explain everything to you when it comes down to it. Because being reactive is not a good way to do your real estate business. But being proactive and learning everything about a seller's property disclosure and all the items that are going to need to be on there, or even, right there where it says the utilities provider. Do you know the utility providers in your area? Do you know what information to put in those boxes? Which boxes to check on a square footage disclosure? Do you know how to find the square footage disclosure? Like, those are all things that you need to know. So why not practice that in between? You're going golfing or you're playing, doing all these other things aside from learning your business. So if I was a brand new agent, I would be reading my contract every single day, almost memorizing it and getting that down to a T, so that when I start writing offers, I'm not waiting for my broker to respond to my email or to my text. I kind of know what I'm doing. I'm going to write out the contract myself. I'm going to get all my documents prepared. And then all my broker has to do is just review and say, no, this is wrong, fix this and fix that. But I'm not going to wait on them to walk me through a 17-page contract. Like, that's not fair to your broker, that you're not taking your business seriously. It's crazy to me how many agents don't ever read through those contracts. And yeah, they're lengthy, but at least you know what to expect. And yeah, I did see that actually, and I do know that. I looked it up, I researched it, and that's going to say a lot about your business character when you're going into the field, because people are going to trust that you're going to be thorough in how you run your business. The next thing that you want to do is train under someone who has success and watch them with how they do things and what they do. Don't be scared to say, hey, can I go with you when you go do your door knocking? I just want to be there, even if I'm just standing there holding your papers for you, or if you want me to help you hand out flyers, or just to be there to see how they do it. If you know an agent that is selling 50 homes a year just on door knocking, and you like to be active, you like to be outside, and you like to meet new people, why not go with that person? I strongly feel that if you were to ask another real estate agent that was successful doing that, if you could learn from them, I highly doubt that they're going to say no. And if they do say no, just ask the next person. I think a lot of being a real estate agent, especially when you're new, is getting outside of your comfort zone and asking, hey, can you help me with this? Or not being afraid of rejection, because objection handling is a thing and people get terrified because they hate confrontation. So if you're scared to get a no from someone who's going to help you build your business, I don't see that you'll be able to last in an industry where the trust for real estate agents is very low, and people just think that we're rich and all we do is take people's money. So they're always like, even on my comments on my page, people are always talking trash and saying negative things. And of course she's going to say that she's a real estate agent, she wants your money. And that's not true. So you have to be able to take those hits. And if you can't take it from somebody that's in the field with you, then it's going to be even harder when you go out to the community and to the public to try and solicit an agent that's really good at doing open houses. Go visit their open house, or even if you see one on the way home, just stop by and say hi to the agent. Talk about the housing market in the neighborhood with that agent. And if they're rude, then just leave. Like, you don't have to subject yourself to negative energy. But what I'm saying, and I've never had someone be rude or disrespectful to me. They actually enjoy you coming in and visiting with them, because let's be honest, open houses haven't been as busy as they have in the past. And so they're probably super excited to have someone to talk to, or just like talk about the housing market and your different experiences. Look, we're all in this together. We might be competing. If I have a listing, I need a buyer's agent. I'm not going to be rude to a potential buyer's agent. In fact, we might build a friendship and a relationship where, yes, of course, if I have a buyer, I'm definitely going to show them this property. So make friends in this industry, even if people are rude or standoffish. Let that be their thing and not your thing. The next thing you want to do is make sure that you're active on social. Whenever people think about real estate, you want them to think about you, and that happens to me all the time. Hey, like people I've not heard from in a very long time, out of the blue, will message me and say, hey, my mom's looking for a house. My mom is looking to sell her house. I get those messages all the time, or hey, questions all the time. And then I put them in my CRM, my customer relationship management database, and then I periodically touch base and say, hey, is there anything I can help you with? Do you have any questions about the housing market? I'll send them my housing market videos so that they can learn. And this stuff takes time. So constantly posting on social media, constantly commenting on other people's social media, that's going to help build your brand and your presence. And then just learning to maximize your time. So I try to be early to appointments. Sometimes that's not always the case, but I was early to say like a closing last week, and I started doing some social media posts and just working while I'm in the car. So I pulled up to the closing, was about 20 minutes early, pulled out my phone and just started doing some doing some very strategic video content for my Instagram page. So I use this app called Teleprompter, and I just sit in front of it and I just do a quick 20 to 25 second video about the housing market. Maybe you have a stats update, maybe you have a tip for relocating, maybe you have a tip for a seller, whatever that quick sound bite might be. I just do a quick video, and maybe I'll do 4 or 5 videos since I'm there for 20 minutes, and then I can stack those up and just schedule them out, for later. So try and post once a day. That's my goal. But if you're gonna post maybe at least once a week, you can do that, and then just save them as drafts in your Instagram, save them on your phone, save all your captions and everything on your phone, because Instagram does weird things, and sometimes you'll work an hour creating content and then Instagram deletes it. So that's happened to me way too many times. So I started saving everything in a live Google Doc, or even if you have an iPhone and your notepad, you can do that, but just save it, and that way all you have to do is copy paste. And then I have all my hashtags saved as well, even though nowadays you should probably only do between 1 and 3 hashtags and just go heavy on the search engine part of it, which we'll go into later because it's a whole nother video. But I pretty much have everything saved as a template. That way I'm not reinventing the wheel every single time I go to make a post. It just takes so much time. And if you're not good on video or you don't feel comfortable with it yet, it just takes so much out of you. So anyway, you can save those as drafts in your Instagram, and then just schedule it out, maybe every Monday. I have an alarm on my phone. Every Tuesday or Wednesday, I put out a blog on my website. So those are all things that but help you reach more than just one person in a day. I mean, how many people are on your Instagram or your Facebook or LinkedIn or TikTok or whatever that you can reach on a daily basis just by posting random things? And even though you don't get a lot of likes and comments, people see it, people are watching, and when they think of real estate, they'll think of you and they'll reach out to you. Hopefully if they like you and they like your content and they feel that you bring enough value. And so that's why I say do the tips. Like if you know something about a contract, those are things that you can share, like, hey seller, it's very important that you're 100% honest with your seller property disclosure. You don't want to get sued. If people find out that you were trying to cover something up, things like that, where people are like, holy crap, she knows what she's talking about. And I know that I'll be successful by using this person as a real estate agent because they've proved it time and time again. So find your lead source and drill that well. That's what I like to say. Find out what you want to do and do it well. And you have to maybe try it all. Try door knocking, cold calling, getting phone numbers, getting emails. A lot of this stuff is public information. You just tap the well, drill it, and then provide good service so that they refer you. Keep in touch with your sphere or keep in touch with your past clients. Send them, you know, little pop-bys or whatever you do. Whatever you like doing, do that very well. Hey, thanks for watching. I'm Iris. If you have any questions, always feel free to reach out. Information is in the description box below this video, and I'll talk to you soon.